Hello, and welcome to Spirit Touched Lessons in the Sanctuary. We're talking about children of the day from 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 5. We are the children of that Thessalonians day. We are the children of that greatest generation. The torch of liberty is in our hands. It's up to us to pass it on, and until we do, to keep it burning brightly. We are that chosen generation. We are to show forth the praises of the one who has called us out of that darkness of sin into his marvelous light. Like Esther, we were born for this time. Psalm 119, 105. His word is the light of truth that shines on the path before us so that our feet don't stumble, because it has been taught to us. We are that beacon of truth, and we cannot and we must not let it go out on our watch. It's up to us to keep that patriot's dream alive. We cannot let all the blood that has already been shed to keep it alive for us have been in vain. There are those who say, I'm too old. What can I do? The answer is you are never too old to pass on the truth, because the more you tell it, the brighter it gets. Number 2, you are never too old to pray. Pray for this nation and her leaders. Pray for our military and pray for our first responders. All of them need strength, wisdom, and courage. Most of all, they need God's Psalm 91 protection around them. They need to stay calm when they are out working those distress calls. No matter what the situation, they need compassion for those they are helping. When they are hurt on the job, they need our prayers for healing. If they do not survive, their families need our prayers. They also need our respect and our thanks. Their jobs are stressful, so they need kind words from those they serve to echo through their hearts. James 4:7. We are taught to resist evil and its temptations. That makes us people of resistance. In World War II, there were resistance movements in the UK, France, Germany, and several other countries. They gathered important information and passed it on to the military. Yes, they were civilians, but their job was just as important. For more on them, read Resistance Women by Jennifer Chiavarini. We need to hear the cries for freedom coming to us from other lands. Remember those hammers of freedom and justice we talked about? We need to take them out of our toolbox and start hammering for our leaders to do the right thing. They need to stop arguing among themselves, trying to get into and stay in the spotlight, and just do their jobs. Most of all, they need to tell us the truth and be transparent about what they're doing. They are there to do the business of the people and not follow their own agenda. We all need to remember this is a sovereign nation led by a sovereign God. We do not elect a king every 4 years, but we do elect a president. If we are not pleased with their job performance, we have the right to recall them via the impeachment process. Zechariah 4:6. We can't do any of these things by our own strength or power. We do it via the Holy Spirit who transfers it into us on an as-needed basis. In 1946, with my mother, we sailed past Lady Liberty on the way to meet my dad in Germany. Mom cried because she had no idea what might happen on the way or once we got there. She didn't know if there were still German U-boats in the Atlantic waiting to sink American ships, or how we would be greeted by Germans when we arrived. She cried on the way past when we came back home because she was so glad to be on free soil once again and not have to worry about our safety. She's not the only one who has cried at the sight of that beautiful Lady Liberty, and she won't be the last. Look up the poem by Mrs. Lazarus at the base of the Lady. Those few words speak volumes. They are the very essence of what this nation stands for and why God put it here. There are still millions around this world yearning for the freedoms we have been blessed with. That's why we can't let her torch go dark. Germany became a divided nation because of one man's hate for God's chosen people. I have Irish blood in my DNA. Ireland is a divided nation because of religion. The Catholics and the Protestants can't settle their differences. Notice that word protest in the word Protestants. We need to learn how to settle our differences in a peaceful manner. Remember, we are Christians. Hear us roar in numbers too big to ignore, with voices too loud to ignore. Those voices are the voices of freedom and truth. We need to go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere, that truth and freedom are alive and well in the USA. The world needs to know we will not let either one die on our watch. We will pass on the torch. For how one person can make a difference, watch the movie Schindler's List. You may send your prayer request to heanswers@gmail.com.